YouTube? It's your boy, the S6Ep50, alright? Welcoming you to the 100 days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where every day for 100 days we're dueling with a different deck every single day. I'm super sleep deprived and I'm your host, the S6Ep50, alright? I think I said that already, but you know what? We're taking a look at day number 50. It's time for the big 5-0, the halfway mark. It's all going down from here to the finale. And today we're taking a look at a very casual deck, but one that brings warmth to my heart. We're taking a look at classical elemental heroes. You know, it's very straightforward. Very straightforward deck, very battle-oriented sort of deck. We're not trying to break the game or anything with this deck. We're just trying to have ourselves a good old time with it, summoning out the classic heroes, using things like Sparkman, Clayman, Ghostricks, and Avion. We got all the classical hero fusion. We have a couple of the newer ones. Like I think it's literally three. We have three of the newer hero fusion monsters, and for the most part, though, it's all old classics like Steam Healer and Mariner and Dark Bright of all things. So we're gonna be going into EDO Pro. We're gonna be showing off this here deck, show off what it does. We're gonna show off the wombos and the combos, the what do's and what not do's, and show what heroes do without Ferris and even without Stratos. We're going balls deep into like old school stuff. So most of the main deck as well, main stuff, is going to be classical things. You know, I do have a couple of main newer things just to add a little bit of punch to it, but for the most part, it's classic heroes. The main idea of this is just do fusion summons and attack. Well, that's what we're gonna do. Big shout to Mr. Claranus Venner, who wanted us to take a look at a classical hero deck, and that's all I want to see today, is some classic hero stuff. So we're gonna go into it. If you want the deck list, it's at the end of the video, but for now, let's show off some duels, see what this deck can do, and let's be heroes. Alrighty, everybody, our first opponent, another day, another card game. We want to go second with this deck more often than not, because I kind of planned around it, and most of the elemental hero fusions are going second anyway. So what do we have for an opening hand? Okay. Well, we have Avion, we have Ghostricks, we got stuff. We got stuff. We got things. We have Solid Soldier, which was one of our more important board builders. Not that we build a very big board with this deck, but this guy helps with things. He does help with many a thing. So what are we up against? Blue Eyes with the Spirit of White. Okay. Haven't seen this guy in like forever. Alright, so we're up against some classical Blue Eyes, up against some classical heroes. Reminds me when Jaden battled Kaiba Man, and we all know that that went so well for him. So what are we up against? Dictator of the D's. Discard of Blue Eyes, or a card that mentions it. Alright, so my opponent is going to be able to do some combos, but what are we planning to do? It's all going to hinge around this guy, the elemental hero Solid Soldier. Very nice. Because I summon him, I can summon a hero from my hand, and usually I'll link those off for a Devicer here. Because very nice Devicer. He can search out the materials listed on our hero fusions, which, if you don't know the original hero fusions, you might have forgotten them in place of things like Sunwither or Dark Law or what's the Destroy Phoenix Enforcer. That a lot of the old fusions have very specific requirements on them. So Devicer is very good for helping us to establish this stuff. What are we up against? It's just Blue Eyes White Dragon with Jet Dragon, which is I don't have a lot to stop Jet Dragon, unfortunately, so we're gonna have to see where this goes. I don't know. I didn't run no floodgates or nothing like that, so that's the main thing about our deck. We're very much about just trying to do some nice beatdown. That's what we like to do. So what are we going to end on? Blue Eyes Spitwad Dragon. Either player can special summon multiple monsters. I don't care. I don't do pendulum summons. And I guess he could tribute this off for the other guy too. So we got a lot of Blue Eyes on the board. The only thing I'm really, I'd say a little annoyed at, but also the only thing I'm really concerned about, not this guy, but the other guy. I'm a little concerned about the Jet Dragon, just because that's, essentially it's just going to keep coming back over and over and over again. But, you know, we'll see where this goes. And at least my opponent's going for, like, fusions and not Chaos Maxi Boy Dragon. I've seen enough of that boy. Let's see. Yeah, he gets a dragon, and he can get a poly. Yep. Deep Eye. Okay. All right, we're both doing some neat little things here. Okay, let's start off with Ye Olden Fusion Sage, the Sage of Fusion. He allows me to search polymerization, if you didn't know. And let's see here. Having done all these things, I kind of want to go for, let's go for this. Let's go for Solid Soldier. Solid Soldier is going to let us search a monster. In this case, we're going to go for Sparkman. We're going to go for Sparkman. Get that dude on the board. And let's go ahead and get out our Divither. Like I said, when you link summon this dude, you get to reveal a couple of fusion monsters, or you get to reveal a fusion monster, get the materials listed on it. So what we are going to search or reveal is Electrum, because he mentions all of the heroes, so it's really good. So we're going to get this guy, basically just get everybody we don't have. Let's get Bubble Man, and I just realized, where's my Spark Man? I needed that guy. I needed him for things. All right, so what are we going to make here? A lot of things we can make, a lot of things we should make. Let's start with the polymerization and see what we're going to get. You know, I'm just going to activate it, and what are our options? Let's see, many different options here. I could go for the Infernal Flame Wingman. That is an option here. And then there's other options here. I usually just get this guy just so I get that the favorite equip spell and stuff. So that's what we're going to do, I think. So let's go for Avion, and we're going to go for Bubble Man. That way we can also do some of the old school fusions as well. So we'll get Infernal Rage here. Hopefully we don't get Ash Blossomed or something, but we'll go ahead and get the favorite hero. And then we're going to activate maybe something else. Yep, let's go for Miraculous Fusion. This is what we do, folks. We just fusion summon all day, all night. Let's go for Mariner. Like I said, we're trying for old classic heroes. That's what we're doing. Here's Mariner. And if I had a set spell trap, which I don't at the moment, this could attack directly. But it's fine. Let's activate the favorite hero. And we're going to give that to... let me think. Let's see. I could just check this for anybody I'd like. So we're going to go give this to Mariner because he's small. I think that's fair. We're just going to give it to Mariner. Alrighty. Now we've already got all these things. Let's go ahead and tribute off the Infernal Rage guy. Probably could have given this to somebody else, but I don't care. And I'm going to summon whoever I bloody well desire. Let's see. I could summon you, but that would be a waste of time. Let's search out Flame Wangman. He is the Wangman of Flames, if you didn't know. And that should be good. Let's go ahead for Ye Olden Battle Phase. That's what this deck is about, folks. So, start of the battle phase, I'm going to be able to activate Field Spell from the deck. This will be very important, because then I'll be able to get the Skyscraper. And like I said, because of the vet that he has that Jet Dragon, I don't think I can beat this. But you know what? That's not going to stop me from trying. So let's attack into Ye Olden. Well, my opponent gets to pick because of the Dictator of D's. Yeah, he gets to pick who I attack, so he's going to pick the Dictator of D's. Dictator D's nuts. that's the joke there. Okay, so Flame Man. Of course, he's going to do some burn damage. The Jet Dragon will summon itself, as one would expect. But he'll take damage before I do. Alright, so now let's attack the Blue Eyes with the Mariner. That way, you know, Skyscraper goes off. I'll get 1,000 attack points because this thing's bigger than I am. And then, boom, Akachu, you done. And I could attack again in a row, but not really a necessity right now. Not especially. So let's just go ahead and end that. And yeah, that might actually be it, regrettably. Only because of this. If it was anything else, we'd still be solid. And not just because Solid Man was around, no. But yeah, that is the idea of this deck. Like I said, all I want to do is get lots of fusions onto the board, do lots of battle. I mean, I've got Flame Wing. I could have gone for a lot of different options as well. I could have gone for, like, Grand Merge. Maybe Grand Merge would have been a cool idea, too, because if I had summoned Grand Merge and beaten over well, he had that silly little Dictator, too. That's the thing about modern Yu-Gi-Oh! There's so many windy, twisty things that people do. It's hard to, like, just go for straight damage. But it's good that we have a deck that can at least attempt to do this. And hey, my opponent's going to do a fusion too. So, you know, we'll see about which fusion are you going to make, though. That's what I would like to know. Which one is it? Is it going to be Ultimate Dragon? Or is it going to be like the new Ultimate Dragon? Or is it going to be Neo? Okay, it could have been way worse. It could have been way worse. I was expecting, like, I don't know, the one that pops everything on the board, which thankfully was not the case. But yeah, that's not good for us because now he's just going to be able to run over all of my monsters, regrettably. But, you know, if I can get, oh man, if I get Poly, I can get into Rampart Blaster, attack my opponent directly. That is something that I have the power to do. And you're gonna bounce me? Oh, you're gonna bounce Flame Wingman. Okay. I mean, you think you'd have bounced Mariner because of Equip Spell, but okay. You do you, brother. You do you. All right. All I really want to see right now is, well, either of my polys would work, I think. I would have to double check who is in the graveyard at the moment. I don't think there's many people in the graveyard at the moment. But a polymerization would be really cool right now, because at the very least, I can end this duel off on a high note and just do what I want to do. I don't want to just play what the meta tells me to do. That's why we're doing the deck as it is here. Okay, well, unfortunately, we didn't get the cards we wanted. Let's see. Yeah, it's Sparkman waiting in the grave, but that don't help me too much. So, you know what? We'll end this duel off on our own terms. You know what? We can do that. Today is a day for us to play our way. So I'm just going to go ahead and say, Clayman, defend your brothers with your life, as is your thing. I mean, that's what it says on the art. He'll preserve his element to hear calls at any cost. I will preserve our dignity by ramming into Ultimate Dragon. That's the plan anyway. So we take a loss, but with the game state being what it is, I kind of expected that it's going to be a rough uphill fight. We get a win off of this deck, I'll be happy. But for now, let's go for duel number 2. Show off more what this deck can do. We have a lot of fusions we can make, all depending on what we get into our hand. So let's go for duel number 2. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go do it again. And this time, you know, it'd be nice if we got a win. Like I said, it's going to be hard with this deck. Not because the deck doesn't work, just because of how, like, Yu-Gi-Oh works nowadays. But, you know, it's an interesting opening hand. It's got stuff. It's got potential to it. Let's put it that way. And, you know, there's many things I can make. What does this do? Oh, this is like the Chimera stuff. Not a big fan of the Chimera stuff. Actually, I have a deck request for the next couple days. It's going to be illusion monsters and not including these things, so I do still need to finish that deck, but I got some ideas. There is some things that, like, non-Chimera illusions can do. Just not, like, a lot. But we'll see where this goes. Say, Chimera, the king of phantasmal beasts, blah, 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 bring back that thing. What does this do again? Let's see. While I control Chimera, define beast, advance this card from the field and get these. Okay. Monster activates its effect. Cool. The only problem right now for me is that this guy will ditch a card from my hand. And that was unfortunate. Well, I would have liked that card. I would have liked it. I would have needed it, per se. But we're going to go for it. Let's go for Fusion Sage. You're going to stop me from playing mother flipping Fusion Sage? Coward? That's what I thought. But be a man about it. Okay. Let's go ahead and continue to fuse random stuff together. Let's go with polymerization. And let's see. I could make this dude and then just tag out for Wild Edge. But we are men of culture here. We shall summon Wild Edge normally. But Chumba. So let's just attack. Go Wild Edge. Do a thing. That's what we do. We got Wild Edge here. He can attack everything my opponent has once a piece. Then he can tag out for this thing. And then this will add one or the other. Yeah, get a Chimera Fusion. Cool. Alright. Senor Battle Phase. That's the goal. That's all I want to do today. But my opponents, they don't want me to do Battle Phase, apparently. They want to. Okay, actually. Yubel. Was there a Yubel in the graveyard? No. What on earth is this here for? Weird. Okay, what does this do? This guy's fusion. During the opponent's turn, banish this card from the grave. Target a banish, do something. Summon it. Okay. And then somebody's doing something. Okay. I mean, what did all that do? Oh, now he can put Yubel in the graveyard. Okay. I guess that means he can just summon Yubel whenever he wants to, and I'm gonna have to take damage from that because, you know, I think I have to attack this or something. This card's tab up on called the. Okay. I mean, I don't have to battle that, I don't think. So I'm just gonna attack like everything else because why not? We're gonna attack everybody. Everybody except for Yubel. Granted, he's probably gonna like fuse into me or whatever, but you know, you do what you have to do. So we'll get rid of 2 of his monsters, end of the battle phase, and we're good. Sometimes that's all you can do, and sometimes that's just all you're gonna do. But hey, Wild Edge, am I right? Look at this dude. He's like some sort of mechanized like bounty hunter or something. Like I would love to hear the story of like why is Wildheart wearing Blade Edge's armor? Did he like gut the guy? I don't know. That sounds like it might be what happened. I don't know, but it sounds like it. It do. All right, I could really well. I have my Spirit of Neo still, so I will get a poly. Yeah, it'll just add normal poly. Sadly, it doesn't have to be Miracle Fusion. That's up. That's up chewing gum in the middle of the card game. There we go. That's better. All right, so Yubel indeed. So I guess set everything, literally everything, and then Battle of Faz. Okay, you know Yubel only works the one way, brother. I don't know why people don't understand that's how Yubel works. I know this is an old card, people, but you know reading is it's a skill. Just do it. Okay, so Yubel will now activate. And is he going to tribute a monster, or will he just let this die? Oh, no, he's going to tribute that. Okay. Ooh, favorite hero. I like favorite hero. I'll take that. We'll see where this goes. We'll see where it goes. I imagine he's got the Chimera Fusion. Well, obviously he has the Chimera Fusion, but he's also got the... What's it called? He's got the Guardian Chimera. That's his name. Let's see. Let us equip a favoritism hero, because that'll make this essentially doubled, because he's got such high defense, good old Wild Edge. So, you know, I still can't do anything about Yubel for the moment, and this guy just can't be destroyed by battle, period. But I can still do damage. Damage is still a thing. You know, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Game state hasn't advanced to the point where damage doesn't exist anymore. And I could attack again in a row, but that's irrelevant on Wild Edge, because he already does that. So we're just going to end our turn right there. Okay. All right. So far, so good. I mean, I figured with these Chimeras, there'd be some crazy shenanigans going on, and he was just going to wipe out Wild Edge, and things would have gone bad. But so far, not the case. Not really. Now, granted, I still pretty sure he should be able to just fuse with me and then, you know, kick my butt. But he hasn't done that yet. There we go. Now he's going to do the fusion to kick my butt. But, you know, I still have Spirit of Neos. If I can get a set card, I'm thinking along the lines of getting into Mariner. That would have been really good. Because then Mariner could just straight up attack directly. So, yeah, the Loving Defender Forever. The Nightmarish Pain, which I think that does... Yeah, that's the thing that would have forced me to attack him if he had it. Yeah, you can't destroy your own monster. I don't think this guy knows what his cards do. I legit don't think he knows what his own cards do. Alrighty, let me think here. I should have summoned Neos when I had the chance, but that's my fault. That's my own fault. It's fine. It's fine. What is this guy gonna do? He can't even pop his own Yubel. Can't even pop his own Yubel. How tragic is that? You know? When your opponent just wants to pop their own stuff, but they just are not allowed. This ain't no one-chain player, I'll tell you what. Okay. But I still have the Neos. I still got things. I'm just trying to think, what can I... The problem is I don't really have an out to Loving Defender Except for, well, I have a couple things. I do have a couple things that could potentially out this. And what do I have in the graveyard that could save my balls right now? I have nothing, because funnily enough, I don't have one of my normal heroes. The one thing I kind of need right now is a normal hero monster. Because then I could make the Infernal Rage, trade him out for Mariner or whoever I'd like. Eternal favorite once again. Let's see, what control Yubel opponent can attack, must attack Yubel monsters. So I have to attack his Yubel monsters. Okay. Not necessarily good, so... yeah, I just don't know if I have an out to that. It's unfortunate. This thing's got, like, the defenses on it, and I don't have anything that'll really do much about that, because all of my effects are pop-wise or otherwise. Let's see. Shuffle all banished cards, so that doesn't help me too much. Okay, so we'll see. I think I was pretty sure from the beginning this was not going to let us win this one, but you know what? We're still in it. We still have more life than our opponent does. I still have the ability to search out more cards. That's what this deck, you know, we survive as Elemental Heroes. You know? I mean, I know nowadays it's mostly Ferris and Stratos carrying the deck, but the old men can still do stuff. Why is he not attacking me? Is he trying to build up enough board to, like, one-shot me, or what is the case? I don't know, but I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead a little bit until either I somehow out this, which I, again, kind of doubt will happen, or if I lose, I'll just skip ahead to the next duel. So, hang tight, everybody. Alrighty, everybody, the third opponent, the fighting third. We're not out of this just yet. No, we still have an option. What are we up against? 60 card something. We'll see. We'll see. It really depends on what this is. There could be a lot of different things. It could be some sort of ridiculous meta combo. It could be some ridiculous cheesy combo. It could be some ridiculous anti-meta combo. More than likely a combo deck, though. Considering, you know, it's a 60-card deck. But what is our opening hand? It's actually not that bad. I've got Miraculous Fusion. I've got Fusion Deployment. I got Poly, thing that searches Poly. Branded Light Sworns. Ugh. Not a big fan of that. Why would you? Oh, because he has the Fiend in the hand. Okay. All right, we'll see where this goes, everybody. I don't know. Light Sworns on their own are a pretty annoying bunch. Combine those with the branded. Not an ideal thing to go up against, so really depends on where this goes. We'll see. We'll see. And he got some pretty good mills there too. Yeah, no, I just want to summon some fusions and attack. You know, I don't see with the day. The whole idea, get out some nice old school fusions. That was the only thing we wanted to do, and that's what I want to do, and that's what we've been doing so far. It's just, it's hard in the day's game to like win with that. You know, maybe if I put a whole, you know, if I just put a bunch of floodgates or something in here, a bunch of negates in here, maybe, but that just defeats the point. You can do that with anything. You can do that with anything in this game and come out on top. That's not what we wanted to do. Alright, so he's got a whole bunch of, let's see, 1, 2, 3 different names in the grave, and there's Horus involved. And I imagine he's going to make Minerva, Detach, Mill, the whole shebang. He's trying to make that one fusion monster that can blanket wipe out everything on the board, because why not do that, I suppose? What are you going to do now? You're going to get Assault Synchron? Let me guess. You're going to make Chaos Angel on top of all this. Is that what you're going to do? Make a Chaos Angel be indestructible by battle and everything else? Go for Kelvy? Oh, okay. I got that turn. I'll take it. I'll take the fact that I get a turn. Thank you. You're so generous. I appreciate you. Alright, so we'll get our polymerization. What are we going to do? Let's see. What is this? Oh, okay. Well, that answers that question. I was going to say, what else do I do here? And the answer is, not a lot. Not a lot. Let's see. Let's activate Fusion Deployment and see where this goes. It made Thunder Giant, if nothing else. Although, the SP Little Knight, a little annoying there. So, let's go ahead and... who do we want to summon that is listed specifically on one of these? this guy. You know what? Screw it. Go Blade Edge. He's bigger than all your nonsense. What say ye to this? Other than summoning Rebellion or Das Pater. That is also something you could just as easily get. Cool, I guess. Alright. Such is the way of things. So this just, I put it to monster fade, banish this card, banish, destroy that monster. Okay. So that's not necessarily good. We'll summon forth. Actually, this bounces, right? No, it banishes until the end of the turn. Okay, you know what? Screw it. This guy's trying to make me, like, overthink my strategy here. What is my strategy? Attack. That's my strategy. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. So let's just attack into Little Knight. I just want to get this girl off the board. She annoys me. She annoys me with her. I don't know, ninja-ness or cyberpunk ninja-ness. I don't care for it. Get it off the board. Get it off the board. There you go. See, you just gotta appreciate some old school stuff, my brother. This stuff, you're trying too hard. When was the last time you enjoyed playing as much as when you were a little boy? I'm just saying. Go pick up some Geminis. Try to make that work. That'll get you some funds. Alright, so... Like, I want to do more, but the fact is, that's kind of what I got right now. I could do more, obviously. It's just a matter of, where are we going to go with this? I need to do something with that stinky Peter guy. This works on anything, right? No, it's only monster effects. Okay. Yeah, bring back a banished boy. Okay, get back Wolf. Okay. I mean, my plan here at the moment, it was going to be to do one thing, but now it's just basically another thing. Okay, so Bestial Rebellion, and you're gonna get the thing that pops me. As I would expect from a branded Lightsworn Horus Bestial Cypher, whatever kind of deck, whatever meta garbage this is, then that's what we're up against. Okay, I lost a poly, doesn't matter. I had a spare. I have a spare. Okay, so here comes the Chaos Angel. That's not necessarily good, because now I can't really out that too well, can I? Not really, because indestructibility by battle is kind of a weakness to our heroes. That, and it's just unaffected by all monster effects, which is also a bit of an issue. But, you know, we soldier on. I mean, I have heroes in the graveyard. They're not the heroes I wanted in the graveyard. I was really hoping he'd get rid of Blade Edge, but for whatever reason, he chose to get rid of Sparkman. Okay. Well, you know what? I did damage first. I'm going to take my victories where I get them. You know? I'm going to take them where I get them, and I'm just going to say, you know, I'm having a lot more fun with my deck than this guy's having with his deck. That's what I'm going to say. No, Necro Shade! You were supposed to be banished later, or you were not supposed to be banished, period. You were supposed to stay in the grave in case I top deck Neos. Alright. Well, let me think about this. Doesn't really matter what I do, does it? I mean, even if I try to go... That's the thing. If I try to do the one thing I want to do, and then the Horus is here, so this game is pretty much over. Gosh dang it. This game is awful some days. You know? You're in the casual set. Go to the meta server if you want to play this garbage. You know, play something cool. Stop playing this junk. I know that's rich for me from playing Horus and, like, Halactai, but that's Halactai. Okay, that's not a meta thing. Alright, so that's going to be a loss there. Regrettable so. So we're 3 losses in a row, which normally that's where I'd cut my losses, but you know what? I don't care. Let's go for one more duel. Just one more. Anyway, folks, it's time for the 4th opponent, the 4th duel, the final 4th. Last chance to Roman. I'm super pissed, though, because right now I'm with Necro. Say hi to the people at home, Necro. And I was just dueling a guy, and I thought I hit record, but I didn't, and I got a win. So, screw it. This is a bonus duel. I'll show off that replay in a minute. But just so you guys know, we did get a solid win with this deck. Granted, it was against Flower Cardians, but I did it, and I'm saying we did it, and screw anyone who says I didn't do it. And look, my opponent did nothing. I'm fine with this. You know what? Screw this dude. I'm going home. I'm going to E-call. And we're going to get a yugioh. I got all the polys in the world. I'm going to get my hand trap. You know what? I'm going to get my hand trap, kids. It's going to be great. What are you going to do? I wasn't talking. I was talking to the chat. But thank you for piping in. Regardless, let's go Polywally Doodle all the day. And I'm going to... You know what? That's what we're going to do. We're going to fuse with 2 normies. We're going to summon the new dude, the Infernal Rage. He's one of my constellations for, like, a modern hero, which sadly will get Effect Veilered, but what can you do? The main reason I use this dude is because you can tag him out for any of the other fusions, pretty much. Any level 7 or lower fusion you can summon with this thing. But he's been Effect Veilered, so that doesn't work anymore. So, if he survives, I'll do it next turn. You know? I'll just go ahead and deck thin now, just get all my polymerizations. Why the heckin' not? And I'll just do battle damage. Don't you hate it when you have a cool idea? I was gonna summon... Who was I gonna summon? That's the big question. I have so many weird fusions I haven't done yet. Ghostricks. Okay. A 60, almost 60 card Ghostrick deck. That's interesting. That's a fancy one there. That's a fancy one. Okay, that's interesting if anything else. I guess I'll go ahead and end my turn. Let's see. You trip this card that was fusing someone using a normal monster as material. I think if he flips me, then that'll cancel that out, though. He's gonna cancel me out. Necro, he's gonna cancel me out. Do something. I need you to go onto Twitter and cancel this guy. Or something. Aren't you? I have no idea. I mean, it says Reva. I don't know if that's their Twitter name, though. It might be, it might not be. I have no idea. Cancel this man because I want to not die. Okay, so this is gonna flip face down. End phase, chase monsters face down. Get himself another go. Well, you know what? At least we're dueling a casual deck. I can't complain about that. You know? True. I would have liked to have, like, done all my things, but, you know, we'll get it going. I mean, Infernal Rage is still bigger than the Ghostricks. So, could be worse. Could be worse, you know? It's better than facing... What was my last opponent? It was Lightsworn, Bestial, Horus, Chaos, Blurb, Blurb. That was the name of the deck. More or less. Can I still tribute this? No, I cannot. Can't fuse with anybody at the moment, so I guess I'm just gonna have to attack and, like, attack. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. I got this nice Necro Shade, who, he's 1 parts I can actually summon the high-level dudes if I needed to. 1 parts he's for some of the fusions. If you, Necro, you probably don't know this, that a lot of the old hero fusions need specific materials to do stuff. Like the modern ones are just like any 2 heroes that are slightly different, but like the old ones are like you need specifically Clayman and Burstinatrix, or you need Sparkman and Necro. I got Dark Bright in here. He's like he's one of those dudes that just got forgotten about in ye olden days. So yeah, that's what I've been trying to do all day, and it bloody well worked against Flower Cardians. I just wish I'd been recording, but I can still show up the replay. So you know. This is what it is, and maybe I can beat... I'm 95% sure I can beat up freaking Ghostricks. It's just a matter of getting... If I can go into my link, that'll stop most of what he's trying to do. You know? Because he needs to flip things face down to do stuff, and you can't flip a link. I know that's the old meme, like, Ghostricks don't work anymore if there's links. But they can still do stuff. I mean, what is this? Ghostrick Museum... blah, blah, blah. If a monster inflicts battle damage, change that monster to face down defense position. Okay. I mean, I can literally... What does it do? Add a Ghostrick spell trap. Okay. No. Okay. Okay, that's a Ghostrick card, so he does get a spell trap. Or he can flip me too. That's the thing about Ghostrick. They're all about, like, flippy whipping. You know the flippy whip? It's that fancy dance move that the kids are all talking about. No, TikTok is forbidden. Listen, I'm sleep deprived. I'm joking. I hope that's obvious. I'm joking. I'm joking. Why you don't care? I thought we were friends. What do you mean you don't care? I can't believe he doesn't care, chat. Why you do this? Okay, I'm just screwing around at this point. This guy is summoning curse, and I don't like that. That's like, you know, mildly floodgatey. I mean, I get that it's Ghostricks, and they kind of need that sort of thing, but I don't like it. If that makes sense. What is he doing now? I don't like it when the Ghostrick player starts flipping a bunch of things face up. That's usually a bad thing. Or you just want to do that. Okay. No. No. It cannot change its battle position. Actually, can I just, like, boost this and then, you know, you'll lose? Oh, he's down to 200 life points. It was worth a shot, Necro. I got him down to 200 life points. If I can summon Mariner, I win. Because that guy can just straight up attack directly. I mean, I can already attack directly, but he can attack directly doubly so. Oh, lordy. What can I say, man? It was like, he was trying to flip my boy down. Now I can't flip Infernal Rage. For all of my rage, I'm just a rat in a cage. Okay, so we have Necro Shade. Why is there not a fusion of Necro Shade and Blade Edge? There should have been a fusion of the two biggest fusion mods. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, of all the, because that's the thing. I was looking through all these fusions, being like, who has a fusion, who doesn't. There's not a lot for Sparkman. Like, there's no Sparkman plus Avian or Sparkman plus Persistinatrix fusion, which I think is a little odd, but, you know, is what it is. I guess we're just going to have the Polywally, and I have no idea who this is going to summon, but we'll see. Oh, it's, yeah, Gaia. I was if I only just had there's too many old fusion monsters to say who to summon. But we'll summon Gaia, because he's my one, like, generic sort of fusion. One hero plus an earth monster. I have earth monsters, so there you go. We got Gaia on the board. Now the question is, can I attack directly without my opponent interrupting me? Because if I can, I win. If I don't, I lose. Potentially. I have 8,000. He has 200. But he has a face-down card, so it could be anything. It could be Mirror Force for all I know. Ghostricks scare, I should have known. Okay, so he's going to flip me face down. Dang it. So... What, I don't know what either of those are. What's Thunderfang? Oh, you talking about? I thought you were talking about buying a new game. I'm like so used to you doing that. I'm like, what on earth is he talking about? Okay. What type of Pokemon do you have? I don't know. This is like yet another Pokemon game. I don't know what on earth you have. Like, I don't know if you want to. I don't know if you want to buy both or not. No, my cards. He builds my cards, dude. All right. Well, that's all I can do right now. We'll see. We'll see if I just need a monster. Well, yeah, you could definitely do that on a Houndeer. I don't know if Elekid needs to know Thunderfang, but he's more of a He's more of a Thunder Punch guy. Or who? Marie already learns Thunder Shock and stuff. You gotta pick Pokemon that are physical play Pokemon to give those moves to, man. What are we up against? Duelahan. I always like Duelahan. He's very straightforward, dude, and he's got a nice horse. Got a horse, and he's a headless man with a horse. What can you say bad about that? It's just a guy with a horse. You know, a horse. You know, like in the movie, may the horse be with you. You know, use the horse, Luke. And then he chucked a horse at him. Isn't that how the Last Hope went? Or New Hope, whatever it is. Yeah, New Hope. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how that movie went. I'm like 95% sure that's how that goes. All right, let me think about this. Okay. Oh no, it's so cute, boss. That's the worst one. Ah, the Angel of Mischief. Mischief. It's an instant win condition if you can get 10 exceeds materials onto this thing, which is not easy to do, but it is possible. Kind of what Ghostricks' alternate like strategy is, other than flipping everything. No, stop milling my cards! I need those to live! Oh my lord, he's literally milling all my monsters, and I just need one Listen, Necro, here is the thing. Okay? Here is the thing. Let me tell you the thing right now. Is that if I can get a hero, I can get my Link monster on the board, use that Link monster to get the materials for the fusion, make Rampart Blaster, and I can still win. I got a monster! Ghost Trick Knight. Monsters can't be flipped. Damn it! Can I still fuse? No. Shoot. Well, shoot, dang. I think gosh dang it, the Ghost... I can't hate the Ghost Trick player, though, because they have such a hard time winning. But at the same time, the one thing he had to flip up was the thing that's just like, you can't flip monsters up no more. If a guy's face down, I guess I have to leave it that way. And how many solid soldiers got banished? All of them. Literally all. I think I just lose. I don't know if I can come back from this, my dude. I almost called you Memphis. Who am I? Am I Necro then Kitty? I don't know. I might be Necro. I don't know. It's possible. I mean, it's not technically over, because all I need, it's not Jover until it's over. No, I have to have a spell trap to set for Mariner to work. The one good thing for me right now is the Ghostricks have low attack numbers. You know, that's the thing, is they have low attack numbers. So, yeah, that's the thing. That is the thing. So, as they say, as they do, my opponent lost connection. Technical win! Okay, I hate to call it, you know, because of the replay thing, I'll only count this as a win because of the whole thing. I have the replay where I actually won. That was more of my opponent. I guess he overextended somehow or something. I don't know. He could have flipped this Yeti face down whenever. But yeah, if he hadn't had the knight, I could have won anyway, because I could have got, you know, Gaia, Bubble Man, make my Devicer, get freaking whatever monster I was going to get. Like, I wanted to go for Rampart Blaster, because that's like an iconic one, but I didn't get to do that. So, screw it. That's the end of the episode. 50 days done, 50 to go. Let's go for the end screen. Alrighty, everybody. So, old school elemental heroes. We didn't have an easy time today, folks. It's not that the deck doesn't work. It's so much that the player base does not work. My opponents just are so gung-ho about winning the game. They don't really care about how they do it. They will just play whatever they want, the casual sort, and I know that's kind of coping. I'll admit that. But we went in there with our old school fusions. We were able to summon a bunch of the fusions out. We didn't summon everybody, sadly. That would have been cool, but really, this was like a toolbox scenario where we had different things for different situations. We got to summon a lot of our monsters out. We got to do the battles as we wanted to do. We got to play the game our way. I wish I was recording at the time of that, you know, flower cardian thing, but we have the replay, and I'll be leaving that up as soon as I get out the deck list, as we do. So you get to see how this deck works when it does achieve that totally possible win that it deserves to have. So, you know, I like the old school heroes. I'm going to say I like old school heroes more than new school heroes, because new school heroes are just like, you know, Ferris, Increase, Vion, Shadow Mist. It doesn't use the original. It's not so much that it doesn't use the original. It doesn't have the heart of the originals, which is teamwork. It's about the teamwork of the heroes, you know? Nowadays, it's just an engine, and it just feels like a dime a dozen car engine, you know? That's how it is, and at least to me. But regardless, we got to show off this deck. I had a good fun time doing it. I know it didn't get all the wins in the world, but you know what? We've had a lot of good days these past 50 days. We've done a lot of crazy things. We've summoned a lot of crazy monsters. We've done impossible wins from out of nowhere. So I'm happy. I'm happy with how the first 50 days go, and we got another 50 to go. And I have a whole lot of sleep to not get. So thank you everybody much for watching. Here is the deck list today. For our main deck, we had 2 copies each of Sparkman. We had 2 copies of Clayman, Burstinatrix, Avion, 2 Blade Edge, 2 copies of Spirit of Neos. A lot of 2-ofs in this deck. 2 copies of Honesty Neos, 2 copies of Necroshade, which can honestly just be 1, but you know, it depends on which fusion you're running. We have 2 copies of Wild Heart, which is really good if Trap Tricks had shown up, but it did not. 3 copies of Solid Soldier, which is a really good start 'em up here because it lets us go into Devicer. 2 copies of Bubble Man for the fusions, of course, and super emergency draw power. 3 copies of E-Call, 3 copies of Fusion Deployment, 3 copies of Fusion Sage, 3 copies of Polymerization, 1 Reinforcement of Arms, 3 copies of Miraculous Fusion, 1 each of Favorite Hero and Skyscraper. Nothing too fancy here. It's just straight up do the fusions. As for the extra deck, we have things like Extra Hero Infernal Devicer to search out our materials. We have Extra Hero Dread Decimator in case we need a giant Link monster on top of things. Would have been really helpful against that Ghostrick player, but we didn't get to do that. We have 1 Mariner who can attack directly if we have set cards. Steam Healer who can heal us if he does destroy monsters. Grand Merge who, when destroys a monster, I can tribute him to summon any hero I want. We have Elementeor Dark Bright, which has piercing damage and can target and destroy cards by discarding cards. Or, actually, does it have to discard a card? No, if it's destroyed, he gets to destroy a card, which isn't as good, but you know what I mean. Rampart Blaster, which is kind of like the original Super Heavy Samurai, where it can attack in defense mode, and does it directly, too. Old Flame Ring Man, doesn't need an explanation. You know how he works. Guy is my generic Earth fusion monster for just beating over stuff. We have a Thunder Giant who can pop cards. He does discard cards. He's the one I'm thinking about. Infernal Rage can just search out my favorite card as well as just trade off into any of our low-level fusions. So he's a pretty cool dude. We also have Shining Flare Wingman, which we can make hard or we can summon off Grand Merge. Either way works. We have a Plasma of Ice who looks just damn cool. And it can also pop cards, which is really cool. And also does piercing damage. So kind of a fusion of Thunder Giant and Dark Bright, now that I think about it. We also have Wild Edge, who is pretty much the ultimate boss because he can attack everything my opponent controls and do lots and lots of damage, especially if we get our Neos in the hand. And lastly, the guy I really wanted to summon today was Elemental Hero Electrum, who's the hardest one to summon out, but, you know, he's a cool dude. He can shuffle all the banish cards into the deck. You know, if my opponent needs to banish stuff, if everybody has Red Maju, this is the ultimate out to that. And he gets 300 attack for every attribute my opponent controls that's the same as him, and he counts as 4 different attributes. Or 5, actually. Counts as 5 attributes, everything but darkness, so really cool thing. As for the side deck, really not a lot to say. There's other generic, like the fusion monsters like Tempest here. You have the other sort of generic-y ones like Nova Master and Escuridao. Even though to do Escuridao, we need other fusions. And also we have like Necroid Shaman, which I did consider just as another option, as another fusion for Necroshade, but, you know, he's a cool dude, but he just gives your opponent free stuff, essentially. Really very situational. And then there's Generation Next, which is really good when you're losing, which, as you can see, this deck does that sort of thing sometimes, every once in a while. But, you know, it's just more search, and we have a lot of search already. So, hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. It's going to be a long one, unfortunately. I'll probably have to, you know, cut some things out here and there. But thank you for watching the first 50 days, 100 days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Very much appreciated. If you enjoyed it, smack the like button, consider subscribing because we're so close to 800. And tomorrow, I got to finish tomorrow's deck still, but we're taking a look at the Ashid archetype. So that's going to be neat. And I'm also probably going to have Alter do it because of reasons I'll explain later. But for now, thanks for watching. Your boy Memphis signing out. Take care, everybody. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Till then, stay safe, stay happy, and you have a good one.